Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 5. This week, we're talking about Byzantine and Islamic art. Let's begin. Alright, so here's a map of the Roman Empire at 555 AD, or CE, as we would like to call in this class, Common Era. Okay, 555 CE. So the area in red is the Roman Empire. All of this is the Roman Empire. So they started in Rome, in the middle of Italy, smack dab in the middle. And they got really big, they got really powerful, and they extended their empire mostly eastward. Okay, so after adopting Greek culture and mythology as their own, they also conquered all of this. Not just conquered, they annexed it. They different kingdoms, or different countries, more like, some of them even voluntarily joined the Roman Empire because it's growing, it's very powerful. They don't want to get conquered, right? So some of them joined, and some of them were conquered, some of them were annexed. So they moved. It got bigger and bigger eastward. Okay, so here's Italy. Okay, and then here's Greece. Here's modern-day Turkey. Okay, so Turkey is a country that sits on 2 continents. So here's Europe. Okay, all of this is Europe, and this is Asia. Okay, so Turkey is in both Europe and Asia. Here's Constantinople, which is modern-day Istanbul, and they used to be called Byzantium. So Byzantium was conquered by the Romans, and then it was renamed Constantinople, and then Constantinople was conquered by the Ottomans, and then the Ottomans renamed Constantinople to Istanbul in modern-day Turkey. Okay, and then we have Syria, Lebanon, Israel. Here's Cyprus, and then here's Egypt. Egypt also steps on 2 continents, so one in Africa, and then here's a tiny portion in Asia. So Egypt is both in Africa and Asia, and the Roman Empire extended to northern Africa quite a bit. Okay, so here's like Tunisia and here's Libya, and I think, okay, so, and then this is Morocco. So that's why Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria, they have a lot of European influence, and even their people, they're mostly European than African. They're not black people. So people with black skin are mostly from mid-Africa or sub-Saharan Africa, which is south of the Saharan desert. People up here, they're mostly European, and they're mostly white, with some African genes in them. They're like olive color, brown color, very similar to Sicilians and southern Spanish people. Lots of mixing in Sicilia, which is Sicily in English. Sicily, Italy, Spain, all of this area, lots of mixing because a lot of trade happened, and this all used to be one empire. Okay, so that's the background story behind the Byzantine Empire. Okay, So let's talk about Byzantine art. Okay, so the Byzantine Empire was also called the Eastern Roman Empire, or Byzantium. Okay, so the Roman Empire got so big that they had to split it in half. They had to turn the entirety of Roman Empire to Western and Eastern, and they were governed separately. And then what happened was the Western Roman Empire at 5 CE, okay, it fell. Okay, and then since the Western Roman Empire fell, you have the Eastern Roman Empire left, right? And then they continued to prosper. Well, prosper is a subjective term. It was kind of stagnating at this point as they entered the medieval period, as religion was getting really, really powerful. And we're going to take a look later, but until the Renaissance period, the medieval period is also known as the Dark Ages, and we'll be taking a look at that later on. So the Eastern Roman Empire, okay, or Byzantium, it continued until falling to the Ottoman Empire. The Turks came and then conquered them in 15th century CE. So they lasted a pretty long time. And then the center of the empire was Constantinople, okay, which is modern-day Istanbul, as talked about earlier. Okay, and then Byzantium was renamed to Constantinople. Okay, so Byzantium is the name of the city, and then it was renamed to Constantinople, which is then renamed to Istanbul. Okay, and then this city was, it existed since Greek antiquity, and art was a continuation of Christian Greece. So a lot of the Byzantine art is actually of Christian Greek roots. Greek was very Orthodox Christian, and you're going to see a lot of that influence in Byzantine art. And the types of art that existed in the Byzantine Empire were fresco, paintings, mosaic, reliefs, and sculptures. Okay, and all works depict Christianity. Around this time, or around the fall of the Roman Empire, or even before then, all of the art made within the empire they didn't have a lot of secular themes. They were all religious. Religion was at the forefront of people's lives. And as we're going to see later on, medieval art, all of the illustrations in medieval period, all the depictions of Jesus and his followers, they were all funded by the government, by the king or duke. And then it wasn't until the Renaissance period when people started to create art of secular themes again. So the use of iconography was really big. Okay, what is iconography? Iconography are things like crosses, halos, symbols used to depict certain people or religions or events, icons. Okay, and a lot of gold were used in the artwork. Okay, so here are some examples of Byzantine art. So lots of gold everywhere. Okay, so this is, hold Well, this is a painting on a wall. I think it's a mosaic. Okay, so these are all individual tiles, and then they put the tiles together to create this image. Okay, so who's this? It doesn't look like Jesus. I think this is a king, a king who was maybe blessed. And then here are some followers. I mean, this guy's bald, or partly bald, right? So this guy may be a monk. Maybe this is the priest. Okay, so you're gonna see a lot of religious figures. And then this is maybe the royal guard. This is just a guess. Who's this guy? Okay, I think this guy's Jesus, right? Okay, so all the religious figures, they have this halo around their head, and they also have a cross. Okay, some of them have a cross, some of them don't, but I think this guy has both a halo and a cross because this guy's Jesus, basically the guy to worship in most of Christianity. Well, at this time, all of Christianity, because the Christian denominations and the Christian sects, they didn't exist until later on. So this is a portrait of Jesus, and it is decorated in gold. It's fully decked out in gold, actually. Like, I would say the majority of the fresco or the mosaic is done with gold.